Welcome back to another episode of The Hot Topic. I'm your host, Conor Neary. And on this week's show, I sit down with a very famous YouTuber, Mr. Chinanon. Secondly, our very famous production team goes out and records an exceptional music video. And finally, we go out and ask the public what they think about upcoming gigs and festivals. You too can have your music on this show, like Double Screen. I'll let you know more about this later in the show. And now we've got this week's interview with the famous YouTube and gaming star, Mr. Chinanon. Good evening and welcome to our show, The Hot Take. It gives me great pleasure to present to you our very special guest, Mr. Chinanon. He is an up-and-coming YouTube star with millions of subscribers and is also flying the flag for our small country of Ireland. It's a pleasure to have you on.
It's a pleasure to be here.
So first, many of our viewers may know you already from the YouTube scene, and you've grown rapidly within that scene. You're also now growing on the Twitter scene. How have you done this?
Well, I started off on YouTube and I constantly upload my videos there. I noticed that some people weren't getting updates on, and they wanted to know how or when a video was going to come out. So I went on Twitter and started uploading all my updates there.
I've heard that's a regular problem on YouTube actually, where subscribers don't get notified of the new videos that are coming out.
Yeah, it's sometimes hard to see when a video is there. Sometimes the thumbnail might be different and people just don't know to click on it.
There's also another problem with the monetization issues. How do you avoid these issues and stay family friendly with such aggressive games that you play, such as I've seen as GTA and Fortnite and PUBG? How do you stay within that monetization market that YouTube are now creating?
I try not to be explicit myself. The games aren't what's getting people unmonetized. People are getting unmonetized because they're being just explicit throughout their entire videos. They're either saying sexist things, or they're saying racist things, or they're saying just constant swear words. So I don't do that.
So you try to avoid the use of profanity, try to appeal to a younger audience and an older audience.
Definitely.
I'd like to mention as well the world of vlogging that has now become quite a relevant thing in everyone's life. Even people who aren't interested in YouTube are now hearing about these vloggers on the news. They're now becoming A-list celebrities almost. Mm-hmm. With this being such a lucrative market, what is interesting you in moving into this market where it's also almost becoming a bad name to be known as a vlogger because there's all these idiots such as Jake Paul and Joe Weller?
Well, these guys always go around on their jets and their holidays and stuff like that. I don't. That's not my life. I try to show what real life for a YouTuber is. It's pretty much the same as everyone else, except you just have a bit more money.
So you're trying to bring people past the persona that you've created, which is within the gaming industry, and you're trying to show them your day-to-day doings. And how do you keep that interesting, though, if you're just showing your simple life?
Through clever editing.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll do some quick swipes with the camera, and suddenly I'm somewhere else because I followed the swipe and just put a little fade in between. And I try and keep it exciting through that.
Would you say that you find some of your editing inspiration through the likes of Casey Neistat? Some of the filmmakers are now on YouTube.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So you seem quite humble for the subscriber count that you have, which is 3 times the population of Ireland itself. How do you stay humble, and how do you deal with the fans and the paparazzi that you're going to see on a day-to-day basis who are going to intrude on your life?
They don't really intrude in my life too much. I only see them around 2 times a week. That's as much as I could remember. But most of the people who come to see me are pretty nice and decent people. They ask for photos, and I give them a photo. They talk to me a little bit, and I talk to them. It's nothing too abrasive with my life. It's quite nice, actually.
What would be the most common question that these young people would be asking you?
These people would ask me stuff like, oh, how do I become a YouTuber? How do I become like you and get famous and recognized? And that's the usual questions I get.
So now that you're kind of settling into the position of being an inspiration for someone else, who was your personal inspiration for coming up on
My
YouTube?
personal inspiration would have to be Total Biscuit himself.
And how did you take his content and kind of almost remix it and create your own then?
What I did was I looked at how he did his content. He's very professional with how he does it, the audio, the video production. It's pretty good, and I wanted to be as good as him or even better. So, but obviously I didn't want to copy exactly like his content itself. So I made my own comedic kind of stuff.
Well, it was very interesting talking to you today. Thank you very much for coming on to the show. It was a pleasure having you.
It was a pleasure being here.
And next week we will be speaking to a very special guest who is Dwayne The Rock Johnson. He'll be speaking about his new upcoming movie, Space Leprechauns in Space 2. It was a pleasure having you on. And from me and Mr. Chinanon, it's good night and goodbye, and stay classy. What a great interview that was. It was great to get an insight into the gaming and vlogging world of YouTube. It's good to see how everything works, and we wish him all the success. Now we have a brand new music video from our very own stars, Jay Maguire and Katrina Dempsey. This is Fort Minor, Where'd You Go?
days I wanna quit and just be normal for a bit. I don't understand why you have to always be gone. I get along, but the trips always feel so long. And I find myself trying to stay by the phone, cause your voice always helps me to not feel so alone. But I feel like an idiot, working my day around the call, but when I pick up I don't have much to say. So I want you to know it's a little fucked up that I'm stuck here waiting, at times debating, telling you that I've had it with you and your career. Me and the rest of the family here singing Where'd You Go?
I miss you so. Seems like it's been forever that you've been gone. Where'd you go? I miss you so. Seems like it's been forever that you've been gone. Please
Come back home, you know, the place where you used to live. Used to barbecue and burgers and ribs. Used to have a little party every Halloween with candy by the pile. But now, you only stop by every once in a while. Shit, I find myself just filling my time with anything to keep the thought of you from my mind. I'm doing fine, and I'm planning to keep it that way. You can call me if you find that you have something to say, and I'll tell you, I want you to know it's a little fucked up that I'm stuck here waiting, at times debating, telling you that I've had it with you and your career. Me and the rest of the family here singing Where'd You Go?
I miss you so. Seems like it's been forever that you've been gone. Where'd you go? I miss you so. Seems like it's been forever that you've been gone. Please come back home.
I want you to know it's a little fucked up that I'm stuck here waiting, no longer debating, tired of sitting and hating and making these excuses for why you're not around and feeling so useless. It seems one thing has been true all along, you don't really know what you got till it's gone. I guess I've had it with you and your career. When you come back I won't be here and you can sing
Where'd
it.
you go? I miss you so. Seems like it's been forever that you've been gone. Where'd you go? I miss you so. Seems like it's been forever that you've been gone. Please come back home. Please come back home. Please come back home. Please come back home. Please come back home.
It's going well.
Where is it going well?
It's going better than I thought it was going to go.
Yeah.
No, it's going well. We have a Hold on a second.
Hi, Pascal Sheehy here, RTE News. We're talking to some of the local residents about how they feel about this situation. How do you feel?
I feel.
Thanks, Pascal Sheehy. Or
Fuck you.
Go, go.
I don't give a shit.
On this week's show, Dan and Jamie took to the street to ask the public about their best and worst concerts. It's okay. It's all gonna be okay.
We're in Howth at the beautiful scenery beside the pier, asking people what their best gig they've ever been to is, the worst gig, and what gig would they love to go see, dead or alive. We're here with...
Mary,
Nice to meet you, Mary.
nice to meet you.
Now the question is, what is the best concert you've ever been to?
Best concert I have ever been to is probably ABBA, Before You Were Born.
Before I was born.
Before you were born.
Brilliant, brilliant.
Best at concert, The Script.
The Script.
Yes, in Germany.
Oh, the best concert I've ever been to was Coachella. Went to Coachella a couple of years ago in Indigo in California. It was just absolutely incredible. It was amazing.
I think the most exciting gig I think I ever went to was the Prodigy in 1993 in the Glyn in a hotel in Killarney. It was the most ridiculous thing ever.
If I had to say one gig, it'd probably be Rage Against the Machine. I saw them in Oxford in 2008, which it goes down as my best festival as well. And if you haven't listened to it before, like back then they were just coming back for like after I think a 7-year hiatus, I think it was. So then it was such a privilege to see them, and it was kind of funny because I was in the mosh pit for that and I almost broke my arm in the first song.
Now, here's another question. What is the worst concert you've ever been to?
Okay, Imelda May, when she sang a lot of songs I didn't know.
The worst concert. I haven't really been to any that bad concerts, to be honest. Any ones I've went to, I've really enjoyed. I really enjoyed.
Unfortunately, Fink.
Yeah.
I saw him in Bremen.
The worst one that comes to mind, there's friends of mine who in my current band used to play in a band called Morality before, and they played in the Pint in the Keys. It's called the Wiley Fox now.
Yep.
And they had the worst sound system imaginable. Well, it's a combination of that, and I don't think the sound guy had the best idea because it took him maybe half an hour to set up maybe 3 instruments. And it just sounded dreadful, and it was dreadful in the sense that I just felt bad for them, but it was painful to listen to. But it's one of those ones where you can't help, you can't leave because it's your mates.
Don't know about worst gigs, but I'm at an age now where if I've paid to see a gig and I'm not enjoying it, I will walk out. I've walked out recently. I went like Thundercat. I enjoyed the beginning of it, and then I went, do you know what? This is just like the Seinfeld theme sped up 3 times its normal speed and by jazz virtuosos, and I didn't really enjoy that. So I left and went for a walk. Really enjoyed my walk.
Last question. If you could see any concert of someone who's dead or alive, who would it be?
Okay, not dead. I want to see Tina Turner again. I want to see her in those shimmy dresses and those high heels. Rocket!
Yeah, brilliant.
I've seen her 3 times. I want to see her one more time.
I never saw Prince, and I would like to see Prince. I would have liked to have seen Prince at one point in time. I missed the chance to see him in Malahide years ago. I would have liked to see him.
The Rolling Stones.
Rolling Stones?
Yes.
It have to be Nirvana because like I'm the biggest grunge fan and biggest Nirvana fan. Kurt Cobain's one of my influences.
I've never seen U2 live. I'd like to see
U2?
U2 live. Yeah.
Good.
Just went there in Crow Park there not too long ago. If I got the chance to see them again, yeah, I'd like to see U2.
Brilliant. Well, thanks a million.
Thanks a million. Yeah.
Nice one. Cheers. Nice one, mate.
What was your worst concert? Well, mine was the Rizzle Kicks. I got very sweaty. And also, I think my best concert was probably Tudor Cinema Club. Lighting was tops. Your tops. Susie, I decided to write a song for you. I've been thinking about telling you about this for a long time. My life is brilliant. My Susie's pure. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. What do you mean we're back on? Well, this week's show was absolutely amazing. First of all, we had Mr. Chinahan, the YouTube sensation. It was actually great getting to see into the YouTube life and how vloggers live. Secondly, we had the music video. Absolutely amazing. I'd love a tricycle like that for myself. Get here and there everywhere. And then thirdly, we had the public opinions on concerts and gigs. Honestly, I'd have to agree with most of them. Now, at the start of the show, I mentioned how you too can get your music onto this show, just like Double Screen did. So what you got to do is you got to like our page, The Hot Topic on Facebook. You've got to send us a link to your music, and we'll give it a review. So next week's show, we'll have the Twitch streamer Ninja. What an amazing interview we're going to have with him. So we're going to be speaking to him about how he's broken 2 records on Twitch, how he streamed with Drake and he made gaming normal. So if you haven't seen the videos yourself, I recommend that you look them up, give them a watch before we have next week's episode live. Because I'll be speaking to him about his Las Vegas event, where whoever killed him in that event got $2,500. Whoever won the matches got $2,500. Now, I'd just like to say a very special thank you for watching this week's show. It really was special, was amazing. It's goodbye from me. It's goodbye from Susie. And I'd just like to thank everyone for watching this week. So, we'll see you next week. We'll catch you on The Hot Topic. And as always, stay fresh.